reached a certain point in the show. Yep. So this next song came, you know, all of what happened is because of the pandemic. You know, there are silver linings everywhere. We just need to look for them. And when we can find the positive or the negative, and we tend to try to find the positive and spread that joy. Right, literally the day before we locked down in California in March of 2020, I had gone to a West Coast songwriters workshop on works in progress. You take your songs and, you know, see if anything clicks with people, maybe tweak some things and so on. Well, I met a woman there named Ginny Graham Scott, and she lives in Lafayette, the other Lafayette, California. Yeah, that French general got around there. And she liked what I presented that day, and she said, well, I'm a lyricist, but I don't do music. And I think I will say this. So a friend of mine has a podcast, and he interviewed me one time, and I said, you know, those people, they're not musicians, they need help. And he put it on a t-shirt. And there it is. It says, they're not musicians, they need help. And this is one such song. It's called Remember the Good Times. Now, I need to remind you that the bios were submitted. I didn't create them. They're submitted. Just keep that in mind. Okay? So, our next guest is nearly 300 pounds of badass. But I just call him fat. He likes cookies, root beer, and pizza. He no longer has time to play an instrument. These days, he mostly just plays by himself. He rarely gets enough sleep, bathes, or brushes his teeth. Ladies and gentlemen, Eric Hicks.
Ladies and gentlemen, what you have just witnessed is the Joe Peters that I know. The Joe Peters that I know would say mean things about me on stage and then tell you that I told him to do it. I'm telling you, that's who he is. And that's what has happened here. But I have something that helps. I say, Joe Peters, I don't even like that guy. And I'm sorry, I got very personal there, and I feel like I've created some tension in the room, and maybe we should release it. I'll say Joe Peters, and you guys say, we don't even like him. Let's try it. Joe Peters. I really believe you. Joe Peters. See, all right, so I feel like some of you are still holding back. So I brought something to demonstrate the Joe Peters that I know to you. If there are children in the room, you might want to cover their eyes. Prepare to gasp. Sound crew, if you would. All right. Thank you. You know, that was fun. Yeah, I know there's something coming. I know there's something coming. I've been told. When times are hard, I remember the good times. I recall what I did way back when. These memories are like a good movie, and I replay them again. started creating new scenes. I imagined action figures in my mind. I traveled to new worlds in space. I imagined treasures I could find. Now I explore wherever I want. I can go to a future time or back to long ago. Outside may be all chaos and confusion, but I feel safe here in this world I created and know. And I'm the star.
Thanks for the small business love. Small business love. Small business love. Oh, well, isn't this interesting? Okay, I've never been given man's. Don't you go away. Don't you dare go away. Come right back here. It's manscaping cream. Nice sure. Well, okay, we're not going to give this guy the last word. That's all I got to say.
There is a story behind this.
I'm not. Okay. My mom has been gone now over a decade. But back when we all lived in this town together, when things were quiet and peaceful and Eric was nice, we were eating down at Moe's Southwest Grill one day, and Eric comes in. And we had finished up eating, and we had dessert. I don't know if you've ever been there, they got big cookies. So my mom had gotten a couple of those cookies, and Eric walks up, and she said, "Eric, would you like a cookie?" And Eric says, "Do I look like a guy who needs a cookie?" And without blinking, Mom said, "No, but you sure look like a guy who likes his cookies." Well, I didn't know I was getting manscaping cream, and he didn't know he was getting cookies, but he came prepared with his own cookie. Did you see that?